Welcome to the official Shellfish Commission on Wednesday, August 12th, 2026. Present for this meeting. Was that Knopper? Laura Lawler, Hugh Stein, Cindy Wakeman, and Bruce Kiefner. And with that said, we will proceed. Does everybody have an agenda?
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to review the minutes from the last meeting. Any comments from anybody?
I was not here.
Okay,
I was also.
okay.
You're listed as absent. I'm listed as being present.
Right.
Let's see. It was Bruce Kiefner, Joe Krejci, was not here, and Laura was.
I was there and Kendra was there by Zoom.
I was not there.
So, strike Lizette was not present.
Joe was
We were
there.
thinking of her, but she wasn't here.
I was here the week before, but no one else was here.
Spirit.
It came the first, yeah.
Okay.
Because I didn't see the email because it came out so late.
Okay.
I didn't see the late email.
Okay, and moving ahead on the draft minutes, changes that I have
Shellfish.
are,
Sorry, I thought, it's not the WPCA, is it?
no, it's not.
It said first floor conference room, but I think it's over there.
I think WPCA may be upstairs.
Oh, maybe, okay. Sorry to interrupt your meeting.
Hi, sorry, no, the WPCA, they used the agenda accidentally, the contact information from the last meeting, but there is a link in the comments on this meeting on how to get there, or I'm not sure, I'm assuming it's located where they normally have it, which I don't know where that is, but I can find out, I can try to find out for you. I'm over across the hall.
Okay, thank you, Prue. I mean, yeah, it says on the agenda, it says it's here, so, okay.
Right, they made a mistake, I'm sorry.
That's so good.
Okay. Switching gears back to shellfish. Under the minutes from the last meeting, under section 4, new business, item number 3, spat collectors, strike the information that's there. It says spat collectors, 32 spat collectors were planted in Ash Creek. That's all you need to say about that. And for item number 4, because there was some recording that wasn't clear, we plant 250 bushels of shell were planted, donated and planted by Cops Island Oyster. Those are all the changes I have. Anybody else has thoughts? If not,
I'm sorry, can you repeat the number 4 about they were planted?
number 4.
Yeah,
Uh,
Ash Creek.
Yes, 250 bushels of oyster shells were donated and planted by Cops Island Oyster.
Thank you.
Any other changes? Motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve. The minutes of last-
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you. Moving ahead to clam relay and planting, I don't think that we have any report at this time. Cindy, we've done our relay in the spring and we've been closed quite a few days because of rain. So for water and habitat quality, Lizette, can you give the lowdown for that?
So in July, we were closed 11 days. So we closed down on the 21st, and then remained closed for the rest of the month. I would assume we've probably been closed most of August
Yes.
also,
Right.
so
We've had 44 days.
44 days total for the year. 168 days open.
Almost 6 inches of rain. Okay. Laura, how about permits and access?
I'm looking at this and it, to date, there've been 225 recreational permits issued, collecting $5,095 in funds. All of these were online, none of them were by mail, and none of them were at the clinic, the clam clinic. I'm trying to see how many were the last month, reading that, I think 0, right, is that correct?
225.
Was that just,
Year
this-
to,
no, that's year to date, right?
Yeah.
So does it track
and then,
how many were since the clinic?
Some of these also may have been at the
Well, they didn't-
conservation department
oh.
right.
I was just curious how many of the 225
or
were
at the
recent.
rec department.
The only way that you're gonna know that is looking at the delta from last.
Just curious
Last one.
because
If you look,
I was curious that the needle was moved by the clam clinic, that's what.
okay,
It says online applications, but that could also be the rec department, people going into the building.
okay,
Right,
Because I know I went in.
that's probably what that is.
okay.
And not-
Actually, there's not a very big change.
Right.
In July, as of July, there was 216,
Okay.
and now we're 225, so it's only a blip of 9.
Okay, so okay.
So we.
It's good information, so we need to, I mean, it says a lot. People are buying after the close.
We're actually down from last year, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, we're
We are.
doing,
A lot.
Yeah.
we were about 350 last year, and we're about 2 and a quarter
It's probably
now.
gonna taper now, right? Because we're heading into the
Yeah.
second half of the year.
So we're down
And
significantly.
I mean, we used to be much lower anyway, but some of these numbers where we were higher, those could be families that were doing it, and kids are growing up and they're not, you know what I mean? As you have that shift
Yep.
where it's like, well,
Uh,
Look at 2022. Was that COVID? No.
well, it's a little past COVID. So yeah,
Yeah, so people were
so
sort
people were kind of just
Yeah,
coming
coming
back
out,
out.
like,
Yeah,
Get out, yeah.
get outside.
yeah.
That's interesting, but this is,
Okay. Okay, for commercial shellfish regulations, no report for oyster bed development. We continue to, plant shell and communications. The Fairfield Community Services Fall Winter brochure came out. We were not included in it, but nobody was. There were 0 ads.
no ads.
Well, I think it reflects the fact that it's much, much more comprehensive. In other words, it's not just Fairfield Rec, it's all community services. It's social work, it's seniors, it's lots and lots and lots of things, and so it was chock full of schedules and things like this.
Right.
But there was no, we didn't miss an ad. I'll talk to him.
Right,
We just want to make sure that we're in the spring ad.
that's the good ad. That's
Because I
good.
think the people who really shellfish are the only ones who are coming out in January, February, March anyway. So
Switch the plan.
they're already getting their license, so they're going to get it. For the diehards.
So in terms of, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Just thinking my own kids, the school system, the classes are getting smaller and smaller right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know for my son and daughter, they were 04, 06, and son they just graduated college. And when they were in high school, they were at their record size. So I'm trying to think, what's the age? Like 9 years old, so if we back up to 9 from 4 years ago, they were 18. 2022. So back around 2009. So no, I don't know. That could be,
Kids just get more involved in other things.
I guess.
You know, it takes just 3 or 4 years for kids to be like, we don't want to go out and do that with you anymore. 9 to 12, that's all it takes.
Have we ever done a survey, an informal survey?
In what regards?
A market survey of,
Sorry, what was her name again? Doing marketing there for a while?
me? What?
No.
Kendra?
Kendra, where's I haven't seen Kendra in a while.
Oh, she's on vacation now.
She's on vacation this week. but-
Kendra was doing a great job with the questions.
I was just curious if we could find out what people's patterns are.
Yeah.
And do you know about the shellfishing and?
Well, I think that by getting the newsletter out and by, which we'll talk about later, and by getting that to everybody who's had a permit since for the last 10 years, using that as a mailing list, which is, Instagram may get attention, but we have no idea from where and, how it really drives anything because they could come from anywhere, just somebody looks at it. I think that we should, we need to get our Facebook page ramped up. We need to, on Instagram, most of all, from my perspective, is that we need to get down there and take pictures of people that are clamming down at Sasko Beach and say, I'm having fun. I don't really care about what's going on in New Jersey or what's going on in Norway.
Sure, we have great
Exactly.
pictures.
Exactly.
In other words, it's got to be
Yeah, and people just,
Southport-centric, not,
other areas. People
know,
just click on
global.
things.
it's good to know other
They just scroll and they click.
general information,
Yeah,
but to really get your juices going.
but aren't we more interested hypothetically in the people who don't know? Maybe the people who don't yet have permits. I mean, we have a captured audience now.
Well, when we get down in the agenda a little bit, I want to talk about signage because I want to have signed,
Or you want to have QR code or something, maybe?
I want to have, I'll talk about that later.
Okay.
So
But
the summer newsletter is going to be a printed edition and it's going to be mailed or emailed out to everybody?
emailed.
It's
Emailed.
out to the
So-
list.
Tim can talk about that.
Okay.
Upwellers will get down to, in more detail down below, something that we've got in the pipeline, so to speak. The Shellfish Fund balance as of the end of July was $39,580.40. Permits were 225, as previously mentioned. We've been closed for 11 days in July, 44 year-to-date. So we've had quite a few, we had a lot of rain events, big rain events, because as you know, an inch and a half in a 24-hour period shuts us down for a week. And we've had some that are even back-to-back. So we aren't even out of one before you get into another one. So that doesn't help. And also, too, if you have rainy weekends.
Right. Or bad tides and all.
Yeah. Commercial shellfish regulations, no report, no alternate commissioners, although we always want to keep them in mind. The newsletter we'll talk about in more detail. Similarly with junior commissioners, and we will be pointing out the Mill River schedule in greater detail below. In terms of relay and market buys, we might possibly do a market buy this fall. Not inclined to do a relay because we have to close down for a couple of weeks. We could possibly do a relay in November when fewer people are in the water and it's less of an impact. Because
And now hold off.
the benefit to a relay is get a lot of oysters, a lot of clams for the same amount of money.
Yep.
Moving into new business, Connecticut Deep applications, Colin Hagan. That was previously requested for a permit, and a permit has been granted by Deep to them, so we gave authorization previously, and we don't have any further objection. We didn't have any before, nor do we have any now. Penfield Lighthouse Preservation, it's the Penfield Reef Lighthouse Preservation Company, 1595 Black Rock Turnpike. That's just the address of their attorney. What they want to do is they would like to put in, the Leskows have purchased this property, and they want to put in an area to dock a boat there with a floating dock and a lift. I talked to Race, who's doing the engineering study that you have a package of here. They didn't know the details. As you probably know, Penfield Light has no power, no water, and no sewage. So it's truly an island without any utilities whatsoever. I don't know what the plans are to offset those limitations. I will talk further and find out what the impact will be, and also talk with Dave Carey from Bureau of Agriculture insofar as the shellfish beds in the facility. I don't foresee it to be a problem. Upwellers, John Short is meeting on Saturday, a couple days from now, this coming Saturday at 9 o'clock down at the Upwellers. Get together and get them going, because we have a bunch of oysters that we want to put in there.
What time?
9. The spat collectors, we've got 32 of them out in Ash Creek doing their thing. I haven't checked the status of them to help.
Yeah, we never check them, I think. We don't usually check them during, we're just gonna go out and get them at the end,
No, but just to go out there and look at them and see.
see if they're still around.
Yeah. Well,
Creek
see whether they're
walk
still
any?
around and see what kind of
Yeah.
spat we're getting. Summer newsletter, Tim, is that completed?
Yes, as of today.
Okay. Yeah, I want to thank Tim, because Tim was asking me about the Boy Scouts who helped us out, and they were wonderfully helpful at the clam clinic, but I didn't know what troop they were. And they were out of uniform when they were working for us. They weren't wearing scout uniform. And Joe Krejci is off on vacation, and he's the one who coordinated it. His scout friend Paul, I didn't have the contact information, but we tracked it down, and I talked to the scoutmaster from Troop 199, and yes, it was them. And I thanked them for what they did, and we're hoping that perhaps we can get them involved with the Upwellers, and perhaps an Eagle Scout project if we can configure something for them to do.
I'm sorry, could you repeat what dates you want us to be at the event? Or did you say?
The Upweller?
9 a.m.
The Upweller?
Yes.
It's this Saturday at 9.
Okay.
And the Upwellers, for your information, are over by the fuel dock at the marina. And we're going to be working on Facebook. I'm not sure, Laura and you and Kendra and Lizette know more about this stuff. I know
Trying
nothing.
to connect it to Instagram, I think that was something we were doing.
Yeah, well, somehow we need to, we've got a new
I didn't know,
We've got a new Facebook page.
I didn't know what happened to the old one, but,
Well, but this is, we've abandoned the old one because we couldn't access
yeah, we
it.
can't, it's not even there anymore, it's
But
gone.
Tim has set up a new Facebook for us, and we can proceed with that. But I need you folks to
I
handle
mean,
it because
I'm
this is.
happy to help out with Facebook.
Okay.
I don't really go on Instagram.
Can you and Laura,
Well, we'll link to Kendra, because what we can do is a post for Instagram can go to Facebook if we link them. We toggle it, no?
I didn't know if we won all the posts.
Oh,
I didn't,
okay, I just assumed it was all social media, but we can talk.
but, yeah.
okay,
I
so.
think it should pertain to what's happening in Fairfield, our shellfish beds. Like Bruce said, like, I don't necessarily think we need to be putting stuff that is involving other,
That's-
well, like other states and, unless it's really connected in some way. I don't know if everything needs to go on both.
Okay.
Well,
The young people are on Instagram.
yeah,
We'll
but.
get them
but-
excited.
but-
Right.
But I think the Instagram is good, but
I think like.
quite frankly,
Shellfish
I don't
Commission,
care
think, like,
about.
clinics and things like that, I think should be on Facebook. I actually, I don't remember, but I do have some people from Facebook that, they had post, they were asking about clamming at, Sasko, and so I did offer that we'd be willing, my husband and I'd be willing to go, let them borrow some rakes, told them they have to get their license first, and I think we're gonna go out after Labor Day and show them how to do it.
Oh,
And
good
someone
for
else
you.
tagged it. They want to do it too. So I mean, I just think, Facebook,
Facebook is much older than.
it is
young
older.
families.
That's where you're gonna get the young families, and that's where you can get dialogue going. And so this one person was interested, so now someone else is interested. I don't care how many people come out. Borrow a rake, check it out. Like, take a turn, take a turn.
Yeah,
It's just a way to get people trying it out and seeing maybe this is something that they would like to do.
yeah,
So,
the-
but I think it allows more dialogue, and now other people can see that dialogue.
Well, and sort of, not so much the Facebook page idea, but if you need to get, if you want to get a little micro group going of 3 or 4 families, we have, as you know, we have the rakes. Just let me know and I can get the rakes out of the trailer.
Okay.
You know,
Just bring more down, yeah.
I
Right,
mean,
but who do you want to generate the posts? So if you're not using Instagram posts for events and things, because we have quite a lot of followers on Instagram. Very few on Facebook, but that's because we couldn't access it. So how do you want to generate what we post? Do you want Kendra to hand it to you and you decide, or where does that come from? Like how do we generate content? That's my question. Where does it come from?
Content comes from things that we're doing.
Yeah.
So current pictures, even if it's old pictures of old events, just kind of putting it out there. And if there is an article that does pertain, something from Instagram, yeah, great, share it. But I don't think we need to put everything. I don't think we need to bombard.
Okay.
I think a lot of people on Instagram just see, it's very quick. And they may hit like, and they may hit follow.
It's more events.
But it's very
More
quick.
events, not info.
Yeah. I mean, it's very quick and passing.
But this falls under the commission, in other words, for the content to come out of the commission, right? I'm just trying to figure that out. Where does it come from? The posts.
The posts
The posts that.
would be like when we're looking for volunteers. I mean, that's how we used it
Right,
before.
who writes them?
It could be whoever
Okay.
Bruce chooses to write them.
Okay, okay.
One of the things that I'd also like to do is that we'll get down into Mill River wetlands, but we do a lot of other stuff besides,
Right, so
Yes.
stuff like that, that's what you would put on there.
in other
Exactly.
words, we do a huge amount of
Putting out-
restoration,
Right, the
You know-
restoration, we put that out.
a huge amount of education. I mean, you've all seen it. We have 700 or 800 students that we come face to face with every single year, which eclipses our shellfish clinic, which eclipses our permit holders. You know, it's a lot of people. Now, of course, they're all seventh graders, but those are a lot of people, you know. So there are a lot of things that people don't know that we do.
Right.
That we aren't just a bunch of people that throw clams in the water.
Exactly, yeah. But
And, okay, let's keep working on the Facebook. Moving down to merchandise, Tim and his staff in the Conservation Department are going to take over the, if you want, marketing, the distribution of hats and T-shirts. So, and this will be, this is the kind of thing that will be on the Facebook page. And if
Exactly.
you want to get a hat or a T-shirt, you
missed your chance at the clam clinic, head on down to conservation.
yeah, and you know they can handle payment and they're going to handle the inventory. And it's very much like if you go down to Parks and Rec, you want to buy a T-shirt that says Fairfield Parks and Rec, you can buy it down there. Similarly here, so that's going to be great. We're looking at a variety of vendors. Laura's got one, Tim's got one, and then we have another one that we've been using. So we'll sort of shop around for the best price. And you know, Tim and Laura have two different companies that are both local to Fairfield, and so the other one is in Stratford, which is fine, but it's kind of nice to have something local. And so I think that's good. That's going to sort of segue into.
Right.
It could be Instagram and it could be Facebook. It can be both.
To offer them, yeah.
But I think that'll make sense. Signage. I talked to Dave Carey at the Bureau of Agriculture about signage. I want to put signage that comes out of Bureau of Agriculture for prohibited shellfishing in Ash Creek. And most of the signs, it's not the penalty, because actually the penalty may be that you get very, very sick. So that's the message. There is a state law, and you're subject to a fine.
You
And
want a warning, like not safe.
and so I've talked to Tim about this, and once I get the sign material and all lined up from Dave Carey, and Tim and I will coordinate it. I said, well, we can just attach it to trees, and Tim pointed out, we don't attach signs to trees. we put in posts. Yes, sir. Or even if it was a tree of heaven.
Oh, that's true, right?
Well, maybe we could make an exception there if I didn't cut it down already.
Oh, copper nails. Okay.
All right.
Also, I went down to Sasko Beach, and we have a wonderful billboard down there, so to speak, which is near the guard shack, but it's about the only place where we could put something, and it's our notice board, but a lot of people don't see it, and I don't know whether it's possible, but all of the trash bins down there have a wooden facing to them. And I wanted to see whether or not we could put in a simple white sign on there that says, you know, welcome to, first off, let people know that these are they're Fairfield shellfish beds. And number two, that, you know, here's the shellfish bed status, because, and put the QR code there. Then you need a permit, and the QR code again, and then if you don't have a permit, and this is what the number is, but it's a $250 fine under Connecticut general law, so-and-so. So we want people to understand what it is. And then finally, if we want that, mention that, because people really don't get this, is that the water and shellfish are monitored, continually monitored by the Department of Agriculture. So, you know, we put in shell a month ago for some people in Ash Creek, and the folks who lived there said, I wouldn't eat anything that comes out of Long Island Sound. And I mentioned to her, I said, well, guess what? There are 70,000 acres of shellfish beds at Long Island Sound. And what we do recreational is just like a drop in the bucket. So,
I only have 30 acres.
but the point is that there are millions of dollars or millions and millions of
Kids look, even if they're getting the oysters out of the restaurant, they're coming out Long Island Sound.
Yeah.
And I point out the Bureau of Agriculture has you know, you talk about the FDA and all the stuff that's going on with lettuce and stuff like this. But the Bureau of Agriculture are responsible for all of the stuff that's coming out of the water.
They're in charge of water quality. If it wasn't for them, we probably wouldn't be selling as many oysters as we are. Because they do water sampling constantly.
Right.
And when we get 3 inches of rain or inch of rain or 2 or an inch and a half, depending on your lot, they shut you down. Not because they're mean-spirited, because they don't want anybody to get sick.
And the Fairfield Conservation Department, Tim does water sampling for Save the Sound. So
Oh, all
you
right.
know, we're all very familiar with that. But that's what I'd like to have for signage and it might indirectly promote people to get permits that, hey, you know, a lot of people, you talk about this and they go, oh, I didn't know you had shellfish beds. I didn't know that you put 100 bushels of clams down there. You know, I mean, when we had the clam clinic, people came away with tons of clams. I mean, you know, half a bushel. I mean,
Great. More about the testing, the better.
and so I think that makes sense. The Mill River Estuary Program is starting up, and this is what I mentioned briefly before. This has been going on, as you all know, for decades, thanks to Joy Shaw, but it's part of the school curriculum. But we have 700 to 800 seventh graders who will come down here over the course of about a month. And they've focused on this in the classroom, and they focused it. And so we have a table there, and we explain, you know, what goes on. And, you know, Laura's been there, Hugh's been there, I'm sure Lizette's been there at some point in the past. And it's a great way to really understand, A, what we do, and help out, because it's a heavy lift. It's probably 20 hours or more of volunteer time when you look at this. This schedule didn't get put in your packet, but it's in the cloud, but I will also get it distributed to you. It starts out on September 18th, so we'll have time to go over all of this. But it's really spectacular in terms of,
September 18th.
yeah.
That's the first day.
Yeah,
And guess what? It's always at low tide.
it has to be, right? That's it. I remember one of the kids went in the water and they couldn't get their boot out. They had to leave a boot. Yeah.
Well, it's interestingly enough, Rack Lines, which is the publication for the Connecticut, for Yukon, they were going to do an article on our spring estuary training, and then Judy Benson, who's the editor, had a family emergency and couldn't come down, but, so that really didn't work out. But they are, I gave her a heads up about this fall schedule. She said, well, they are going to have in their fall edition focusing on all sorts of shell planting. So I said, okay, we've got pictures of that and so on. So I'm gonna send a little piece there. We'll see what happens. Which brings us to item number 10.
I have some good pictures of John and them putting out shell off of the aw shucks from the past in the creek, if you wanted to use any of those.
Well,
People out.
yeah, I'll
dumping
talk
out
to
those.
you.
Yeah.
Just let me talk to you about the shellfish washer tumbler purchase request. Chuck has worked with the Shellfish Commission in the past. The spat collectors that we have were something that he used and then didn't have a use for, and we bought them. And so anyway,
I used them a couple of years. They worked good, but it was a lot of work, and I didn't have a lot of help, and John did.
they're labor intensive.
Yeah, to say the
I
least.
mean, we know, but if you put out a couple of hundred of them, it's going to take you a couple of days to scrape them.
Yeah, for sure.
And anyway, so we have the tumbler, which we didn't use last year or so, but the tumbler is now in our shellfish storage unit down at Conservation. And so Chuck has got a venture going in Milford, and so he wants to, we haven't figured it, I don't even know, I believe that we bought it from him, but I don't know.
I had
how
it
much.
built in '08 in Bohemia, New York by Shellfish Equipment.
Okay.
And I kept it for a few years. And then the marina I was raising in on Yellow Mill Creek in Bridgeport closed. So I was forced to sell things like my upwellers.
Yeah.
And John came along and was like, I'll take it.
So what I'd like to do is, since we'll have to, we're not using it, you have a need for it, it's high and dry, it's locked up in our trailer, so I can meet you tomorrow if you want. We can get this, and then moving forward, we'll figure out what we paid for it. Probably it's better in your hands than in ours. I don't, we'll have to talk about it more insofar as how we're going to use it, because it's not a portable device.
No, it's pretty big, and it's only been transported a couple of times.
I mean, we have a trailer.
Right,
Yeah,
the one that we bring to the spat collector when we empty out the spat collector.
So let's, what, Lizette, what do you think?
I'll show everybody. This is my upwellers I just set up.
Yeah, okay.
This was actually today. I've got 40 silos and 4 docks, and I made them all myself. And
This is Black Rock?
No, this is at Dockside in Milford. I've done it all over the place, but finally, the biggest problem with raising oysters is having a marina. So finally, I got a marina that's willing to work with me, and they want to raise, we're doing $1 million this year, they want to do 10 million next year. But as I was putting this plan together, I didn't realize John Short wasn't the commissioner anymore, so I figured, because we had an agreement when I could borrow it. And when I called him, he was like, oh, I'm no longer the commissioner. And I was like, oh man, I screwed up, because now I need to get my oysters tumbled. That's why I'm here and not just buying a new one, because it takes 6 weeks to get a new one. And the oysters grow at this time.
He's the new commissioner.
Yeah, I know. I spoke to him before, and that's how I made it on your
Yeah, he's the
agenda.
right
I mean,
guy.
we need a.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Right, but, so are we gonna have to purchase We've already purchased it.
We get a loan it back. You understand it, we get
Uh,
it.
1 day a year.
Can I interrupt for just 1 second? Can
Sure.
I please, I just need the name of the gentleman who was speaking just a little while ago, please.
Sure. Charles Vans, my company is Branford River Oyster Farm. My Connecticut ID numbers are 375 SSAQ.
Oh, that's okay. I don't need that. I just need your name, and your company for the minutes.
Yeah, Branford River Oyster
I
Farm.
think we just need
Thank you.
Thank you.
that we're allowed to bring it over for the 1 day a year.
Yeah, that he will bring it back.
Yeah, I'm not
Not
gonna.
us.
Just for, we only use it 1 day a year, so. I can ask that, a new one just for 1 day a year.
No, right.
Yeah, if it's just a loan, that's fine with me. I'll order one and I'll get one so that you guys won't have any interruption. But
Okay,
John's saying you guys don't
Okay,
use it. I
well,
don't know
well,
how.
we'll get you over the hump. In other words, we've got it here,
Okay.
use it, and then you can use it and bring it back or whatever. That'd be fine. Okay, so, I'll give you a call and we'll work it out tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, I got a trailer anytime.
Okay, well, you provide the trailer and the,
The manpower necessary to run it on,
probably not, it's not terribly heavy, but it's just a little awkward.
top heavy and awkward, yeah.
We have a 20-foot trailer, so, I'll be in touch with you.
All right, I appreciate that. And it is funny that not a lot of people know about shellfish. I mean, when I was a kid, I grew up in Westport, Mass. And we shellfished every day. I mean, what?
I know that well.
Oh, it's beautiful there.
Yes, is that horse neck?
I've been on,
Horse necks right there. When I was a kid,
Yeah, I grew up going.
I went up the Westport River
Very pretty.
in my boat.
I had a girlfriend from Mattapoisett,
oh,
so
nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's on the way to the Cape, where he's actually going next week.
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
It's that Friday. Friday.
And we just got back from, my girlfriend and I and family rent a house in Truro every year. He's in Wellfleet.
Gotta watch the
It
shark.
was interesting to be a part of this, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See outside,
What's
check it
the
out,
shark?
he's back. And oh, yeah, a lot of sharks. We didn't see any. I don't know if anybody here, and I know I might be interrupting,
Okay.
but if you look at Cape Cod that makes that big hump like this, there's a wall you can walk down at the end of Provincetown. It's a 9-mile walk. You can walk out and go all the way around, see hundreds of seals. There's no traffic. It's the most beautiful place in the world. If you ever get a chance to do it, do it.
Chuck, we'll see you. Thank you.
Thank you very
I'll
much.
talk to you in the morning.
all your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Last item is rules and regulations. The rules and regulations that we have here. Tim, I'll work with you on this. We need to update some of these things to reflect closure criteria, things like that, just so that it's not a big deal. But maybe you can help me make the changes, but I don't think you need any special approval because they're just going to be consistent with what the Bureau of Agriculture criteria are.
Yeah, as long as our rules and regs are consistent with the MOU, then we're good.
Yeah, it won't, nothing, it has some stuff in here, Tim, that reflects permit fee amounts and things like this that are just out of date. That's all.
Terrain.
Just updating it. Okay.
Okay. Sure, no problem.
Does that one have the half threshold?
doesn't
I don't
social
know.
media person.
Yeah. For
I
the
mean,
town, for the town of
When you get a
Fairfield.
permit now, you
Got
get
our name upstairs, yeah.
Wouldn't she
Yeah.
be
Current rules and
interested in posting
regulations, so-
some information about the
that reflect the
tests
quantities and the
or put
prices.
grades?
and all the
I
other
just
stuff.
don't understand the
Don't have to be
infrastructure.
subscribing to the Shellfish
You know,
Commission.
They really
Instagram site
supersede
to
this.
get
I
there.
I'd like to
know, we
have
should be
this.
using that more. I think offline, we should have a conversation, because I do not
You know,
understand how
if
they
you go onto the
do
web.
from the town versus us. I don't really understand the
Rules and
connection.
regulations,
together.
You're gonna
Well,
see
there's
this.
one left hand and right hand is clearly not. And absolutely.
One meeting.
Tim, do you have any other
I think we should have a marketing meeting.
information or
I'm not on the
ideas that you want to
marketing
bring
team, but-
forward?
Or meeting, for communication.
No, I'm all set. Thank you.
Okay. I want to thank you and your staff for your
I guess I just
help
would
with the
point out
new.
that, thank you. I did just want to point out that if you look on the commission's homepage, I already created a buy merch tab, so
Oh, yay.
that's where that information will be found. Once we have the shirts and hats in hand, I'll get those photographed and on the website, so buyers could see what they actually look like.
Great.
Okay,
Swag.
the last item I need to know, I need you guys' help. We're doing a lot of great stuff with education, with restoration, with shellfish, stocking and so on and so forth. And got a great group of people who have great ideas. But when we have these meetings, we really need to know who's going to be here and who isn't, and so I need you to let me know if you're going to be here so that we aren't wondering whether or not we're going to have a quorum. And if you have any ideas or whatever, I know people have issues come up, sometimes at the last minute, or they're away on vacation or whatever, but please, the simplest thing you can do is when you get the meeting packet, you can simply respond and say,
Yeah.
I'm going to be there, yes.
Yes.
And even if you aren't going to be here, the stuff that is put together in this packet is important to read through and look through so that you know what's going on. So that if somebody talks to you about the lighthouse, you know that, oh yeah, there's something going on out there. It's, and what we're doing about planting shells, what we're doing about kids. An awful lot of people have no idea of how shellfish grow and what we do with spat collectors and what we do with scraping them off. And when you've done this and you see that these little things that you couldn't see with a microscope in July
Great.
are, I don't know, how big were they, Q? About the size of a quarter.
Yeah.
They've grown that much in 3 or 4 months. And then you take them and put them in bags over the winter, and now they're 2 inches in diameter.
Amazing.
I mean, how they grow, and then you can put them in upwellers where it's sort of like force feeding, because you keep putting more and more fresh water in there with nutrients. They go, enough. No, it's not enough, and you fatten them up.
I would like to propose we do some sort of fourth quarter pre-season event, whatever you want to call it, like a workshop or an info session, where we explain to people, and this is in 2026, so ahead of the 2027 season, just what we do, like an open house meet and greet. I think it would be really great. I don't know where we can have it, but it would be great to do it in the sort of lull before the new year.
Well, along those lines, I want to emphasize our restoration, our education. These are very distinct aspects of our facility. It's not just the shellfish beds down there, and it's not just whether or not you get a T-shirt that says something. There's more to it, that we really are protecting the environment. That in 1985, that MSX virus wiped out all the oysters in Long Island Sound. 0. And so Ash Creek, when you look at Ash Creek today, and you see all those oyster reefs there, that didn't happen by chance. It happened by intent. And what we've done there in terms of planting shell there, and you get these people like this guy Chuck worked with us previously, according to John. I didn't know him previously. But people like Cops Island Oyster go out of their way to bring not one, not two, but 3 boats and crew down from New Haven and Stratford, power those boats down there with hundreds of, 250 bags or bushels of shell, and then actually provide the labor to put it in, and then go home, all for free. And it's because they believe in what we're doing. And because there's nothing in it for them.
I just feel like the community doesn't know what we do. And when I tell people what on the commission,
So this
they
is,
have no idea there's even a clamming
I
bed.
agree 100%.
and this is
It's like a
the
secret.
same sort of thing that, I'm sure Tim is up against. I mean, people don't know, they've got acres and acres of pollinator gardens. But people don't, unless you go up there and see the pollinator garden, and it's this massive, looks like football fields of flowers. It's huge. You don't know about it.
Right.
And unless you look at that directory the Conservation Department says that has all the different trails around town, there are dozens of them. And unless you open your eyes and you read or you listen to somebody, you don't have any idea of these treasures that are there. And hopefully, somehow or another, we can leverage off of what these 7th graders do, and they learn a little bit about what the heck is going on in the water, and can go from there. And so that's what I'd like to do, is to get all of us working on the same vein, get to the meetings, get ideas, really make this click, and more equally important, getting other people involved, like your friend Paul, get him involved. He's really good at this stuff, and he can have fun. I think he would be thrilled by, seeing some of the shellfish planting or the upwellers.
Sure he would.
If you look at the upwellers, they're huge. They're massive. They're these tanks this big by this big. There's 6 of them, this tall, with
Well,
big pumps.
maybe that's where we do a thing in the fall. People come out, invite people to come out and see the,
But
Let's get upwellers.
Let's go right to the source.
so anyway,
That's a great idea.
that's sort
at
of
that
pep
point, the
talk.
oysters
that's
will be
not
growing.
December then.
Right.
We need people, you need to be the messengers, and we need to, because, to be honest with you, we do not have the ability to do all of these things on our own. There just aren't enough of us. And
No, but we
we need to get other people involved. They don't have to be commissioners. They can have fun doing it. This isn't a grind. It's fun. And getting the Boy Scouts involved, and whatever it is, the kids that come out and do clean up the spat collectors and stuff. And that's all fun. So, with that said, is there anybody who would like to call for an adjournment? Is there a
I
motion?
make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.